to Couch Convos. I'm your host Dylan, and this is our other host Alex. Alex, how are you doing today?
What the fuck was that intro, Dylan?
What?
Okay. Anyway, I'm doing good. Hi, everyone. Hi, YouTube people.
It's the same intro I do every week. What the fuck are you on about?
Yeah, well, you got weird with the host thing.
Yeah, I figured I'd add some spice to it.
Spice, Dylan.
Listen.
Look, we're the whitest.
Listen.
No. You listen. We're the whitest people on this fucking earth. Okay, we can't do anything spicy.
Oh, fuck you. Listen up. You don't have 20 years of marriage without adding some spice to it. That's how that works.
Dylan.
Yes.
I'm 20 years old.
I stand by my statement.
All right, then. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Not asking Dylan how his week has been going. No, how's your week been, Dylan? How's your week been?
I've had a really problematic week. Like, I've been so low energy and I don't know where it comes from. I did watch the AEW Revolution pay-per-view on Sunday night and Monday morning.
You might have to explain what that is to our viewers.
I watched pro wrestling.
Thank you.
And it started out at 3 a.m. my time, and it went on until like 7 a.m., and I fell asleep on my chair at like 6 a.m., and I missed the main event.
Nice.
Which pissed me off incredibly, but also I fucked myself up, I think, because like I'm barely just getting back to a normal sleep schedule now, and it's still painful. Like, I'm low energy, I'm tired, I really can't get anything proper done. That's been my week.
Okay, so while Dylan's bringing everyone down, thank you, Dylan.
What the fuck? I'm just saying how it is.
Well, yeah, but that's sad, Dylan, and we don't like being sad on the Couch Convos YouTube channel.
Oh, that's a lie.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, no. Anyway, let's get into some lighter news, and let's get into our first topic of this week. And Dylan, actually, before we begin properly, I just want to say to the viewers out there, sorry for last week's episode. We had some issues with editing, with some black bars. It was my first time editing the podcast, and was our first time using Adobe Premiere. So, few issues there. Apologies. Anyway, Dylan, we link your Twitch channel in the description of every video, usually. From now on, anyway. Twitch.tv/It's All Over Now Dylan.
Yep.
How's that been for you?
I have to say, I've slowly gotten used to the idea of just talking to myself into the camera.
Mm-hmm.
And otherwise, it's been fun. I am kind of worried that I'm getting labeled as a horror streamer, because I tried to do variety games, but I've been stuck with this one game called Welcome to the Game 2, and it brings me the most viewers every time I play it. It brings me viewers that are not like my friends. And every time I try to play something else, my viewership just plummets. I mean, it's not even like, 2 people leave. I mean, like, 10 or more people just instantly drop out. And as soon as I pick that game up, I'm back up. So I'm kind of getting worried on what my branding will be.
So for those of you out there that don't know, essentially, just gonna label in very short terms, the game 2 is about the deep web and all the horrors that entails.
Correct. To give a really short synopsis, you're basically an investigator that's trying to get into a red room. And while you're doing that, you have the police, the mafia, a cult, and a murderer all after you. So the game is pretty much just jump scares and tedious investigation work.
Yeah. Essentially, it's not banned on Twitch, but it definitely should be.
Yeah, it has some disturbing content. I've censored out all the nudity,
but you can't censor out gore.
Yeah, and the gore's not the worst thing, even. That is like uncensored.
No.
There's a lot more visual effects that have been recreated, and I can deal with the gore, even if the gore is kind of unsettling. But the other visuals that you get there is mamma mia. But honestly, it's a fun game. I keep getting more and more invested into it. I want to beat it.
So if you guys want to, watch weird shit and get jump scared together with Dylan, again, his Twitch will be in the description, and he might play it. I don't know what you're thinking of.
Yeah, I'll probably be playing it for a few weeks. I'm gonna like try to at least beat the normal mode, because even the normal mode is stupid difficult.
And there's no save stages, of course.
No, it does save automatically after every 15 minutes, but that's only in the case that like you close down the game.
If you die, basically it deletes everything.
Yeah, it goes way back to the start. And the game doesn't even pick up for the first 40 minutes. It's heavily RNG based as well, so it just... you might just get, like, the bare tutorial done, basically. Get the first piece of the evidence out of, like, 8. And then you die and it restarts. And that's another 40 minutes that you gotta spend. It's a tedious game. It's a really tedious game.
Yeah.
And if I may kind of divulge from the stream topic itself, I've also been, like, just struggling with my YouTube. Because Alex knows this. I've been telling him how I've been wanting to figure out what kind of branding I'll do on my YouTube channel. And I think I finally, this morning, I came to terms with what kind of content I want to make, how often, and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it's still in theory and not in practice, so I need to see how that works out. But I'm hoping to do some custom recording sessions, and just for the funnies, like the first video that I have on there, kind of like that. And then I'm also going to do either bi-weekly, weekly, or monthly Twitch clips, because I am now an affiliate on Twitch, so I have a lot of time with the clips. And hopefully that'll increase my viewerships on both platforms and give people lots of funnies. That's my hope and goal, but we need to see how much I can do, because I still have like a job coming up and I have my university, so it's still just a hobby for me, all this stuff, content creation.
And also, we've talked about I might come and do some streams with you, so I might be joining Dylan on his Twitch.
Yeah, I'm also going to, because it's the more the merrier. That's kind of how I view it.
Yeah,
it's always funnier. And we've got a Discord where we organize games. I'm planning to, with all of our friends, that is, or rather my friends that don't know each other, but because they're my friends, they're going to work together. And I'm hoping to organize proper servers and do larger scale stuff as well, online and offline. Yeah, that's been like my experience with delving into content creation. It's been a wild ride, honestly.
I mean, it is a wild ride, isn't it?
It is. Like, even as a hobby sense, you have to put it in a ridiculous amount of hours into it.
And you also have to enslave your friends to start doing the editing for the podcast.
Hey. Listen, you said it a long time ago that this podcast was mostly just me doing stuff, and I figured, yeah, you know what? I think I'll give you the reins, because like you're the one that likes the podcast, and you have a lot more. So
you don't like the podcast? Is that what you're saying, Dylan? You don't like?
Yeah, I fucking hate it. Why the fuck are we doing this? Nah.
I'm not putting that.
Just hate you.
I'm not putting that on screen. Anyway, moving on from the topic of content creation, Dylan, I gotta tell you, I gotta vent a little bit, okay?
Go for it.
So March has come. It is currently today recording the 13th. It's, and this time is supposed to be when, what's it called? Not spring, fall. No, spring. Yes, it's spring. Sorry. I hate the English names for times of the year. Anyway.
Same.
Anyway, spring. It's spring, right? It's supposed to be, it's supposed to be it's supposed to be sunshine and green and everything. And over here in Denmark, it's absolute fucking shit. It's been raining so much. God damn. Like, I wanted to take a walk like the last few days, but it's just been raining so much. And here's a really funny story, right?
Yeah.
So, of course, in Denmark, like everywhere else in the world, there's a group of crazy people that are very, very angry with government because corona restrictions, right?
Yeah.
So, I think it was yesterday. A group of protesters were supposed to hold a party with over 200 people said they were definitely 100% going to come on Facebook. And they were going to have stalls with food, and they were going to have music, like artists playing, right?
Yeah.
But guess what? Because
The government stepped in?
No, not even. This is the funny shit. They canceled it because of the weather. They canceled it because it was fucking raining and fucking like the wind was blowing and shit. And the leader of the event said like she didn't find it responsible to, hold the event when the weather was like this.
How can someone
that
be
is just
so fucking...
the funniest shit I've seen in a while.
Oh my fucking god.
Like freedom fighters, they said like together we are gonna open up Denmark again. And the motherfuckers canceled because it was raining.
You would think that if you're going out to the point where you go against government restrictions because you do not fear a pandemic that is obviously fake, you'd think that at that point something like rain would not stop you. But I guess that just shows how weak they are overall.
God, it's just like the funniest thing is as well. There was like stories in the newspaper about how people from came from like other parts of the country, like far away. And they was fucking canceled while they were on their way.
Oh my fucking god, that is so fucking stupid. Oh, my head hurts just thinking about it, in all honesty.
Yeah. But that's standard like the thing about Denmark is statistically it rains every other day over here.
Yeah.
But it's spring and I want to be able to go outside and have not have fun and all that shit, but just take a nice walk by the pond or something.
Yeah, here in Finland it's been kind of like one day it snows and the next day it just all melts, and that's been the rinse and repeat for I don't know the past week, maybe 2 even.
Right.
And it's just God, you do not want to go outside. You don't want to even look outside. It's just depressing.
I mean, Finland's pretty depressing to begin with, isn't it?
I mean, yeah. We're not number one on suicides anymore, which is
Were you
well,
ever?
Yeah, we've been plenty of times.
Huh.
You thought Korea had it, well, Korea has now overtaken Finland, but the 1 year that when we were number one as the happiest country, we also were number one on suicides. All in 1 year, which is to this day the funniest fucking meme.
I mean, to be fair,
opinion.
when Denmark was happiest country in the world, we were also the number one consumer of antidepressants.
Yeah, it's all statistics.
But to be fair, right, that does prove that antidepressants work.
Well,
to some extent.
You can also say that suicide also works on increasing the overall happiness, because the sad people kill themselves.
I mean,
so
I
there's
guess.
only the good people left.
But still, considering how other countries choose to handle mental health.
I don't think any country handles mental health currently, but that is like a.
I mean,
topic.
I'd say we're definitely the North is more ahead of
the Nordic
else.
countries are on the top of it, but they're still
Yeah, but it's if you're in the U.S. or something or whatever, and you want to
yeah, but I consider this is like a Trump and Biden thing. You have a flaming pile of shit, and then you have a pile of shit.
No,
we're the pile of shit.
No,
we're not.
You know what it is, Dylan?
Yeah.
Like the way that I started looking at it, right?
Yeah.
So you have the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember TF2?
Red and blue. Oh my god, I fucking hate
Red and blue, man. That's exactly.
I mean, that is an accurate description of U.S. politics, but I'm not going into the politics. I'm just describing the situation with mental health. In my opinion, we Nordic countries, we're the pile of shit, but at least we're not on fire like everywhere else in the world.
I mean, I wouldn't say it like that, but I know like friends from like Spain and other places. Like if you say that you want to go to a psychiatrist, everyone's like, "Oh, that guy's like absolutely fucking crazy."
Oh, I mean, that's the same everywhere. That's just a social stigma. That's not changed anywhere. I think the big difference with the Nordic countries and other countries in the world is if you go to a psychiatrist here, you're not instantly like losing your chances at a future life with working and stuff. Because, once that shit goes public, employers, especially elsewhere in the world, will just be like, Lamau, fuck off.
Mm.
Because, we don't want you to kill yourself, because then we'll lose profits. So we'd rather kick you off now and get someone that won't kill themselves in the long term. It's a smart investment. But
Dylan.
I think mental health is something that needs to be worked on in all countries. We can't be held as the best place if we're this shit, in my opinion. We need a lot more work on it before we could be counted as the best place on the terms of being good instead of being the least shit.
I mean, dude, I say like it's sad that like I don't know much about how mental health is handled. I know a few friends that like feel okay about it. But you can't say that we're not the best. It's sad that we're like not good, maybe, but we are the best among, at least.
Yeah. As a person who's had to be involved with a lot of mental health issues and stuff like that, I just don't want to give us any credit by saying we're the best, because I find that the services that we get and the quality of the services is still so absolute gobshite that we don't deserve to be called the best. We deserve to be called the least shit. Because best implies that we have things good, which is something we do not have. So that is my take on mental health and mental health services.
This took a dark turn real quick.
That's fucking global warming for you. What the fuck did you expect? We're all gonna die in like 30 years when the ice caps melt.
What do you mean? Like, okay, like fucking what's it called? The Netherlands are gonna be like 3 feet under.
Oh, have you actually taken a look? Like, Denmark's basically gonna be non-existent.
Well, yeah.
Most of Finland is gonna be non-existent.
That's because all of your land is like swamp.
Yeah. We're both gonna get fucked by the ice caps.
I'm just, I'm gonna move to fucking, I don't know. Hold on, I have a
Himalayas.
I have a world map like in front of me. 1 second. Okay, Dylan, where would we want to move? Like the ocean's level start rising.
Let's go to the Himalayan monks. I mean, they're the last guys to go, I think. They're on top of a mountain.
Yeah, that's true.
It sounds like a smart investment to me.
Where's the Himalayas again? I'm stupid.
I think it's somewhere around, like,
Himalayas.
India, maybe? Tibet. Yeah, Tibet, so, like, above
Tibet.
India.
It's called Tibet.
Tibet, sorry.
Thank you. The world's largest mountain, Mount Everest, and under of the highest mountains is in the Himalayas. Yeah, okay. It's around Nepal. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, somewhere around there. I remember correctly.
So, also you do know that Tibet is in China, right?
What?
You do know Tibet is in China.
Is or isn't? You're cutting out.
Is
it?
Yeah.
Man, shout out for West Taiwan.
It's a. Okay, I'm not gonna get into the whole Chinese things now because you know. But essentially,
West Taiwan is a piece of shit.
But essentially, there are some regions of China that are partly self-governing, and Tibet is one of them.
Oh, I see.
But also, they just hate Tibet because they also, made incarnation illegal without the permission of the fucking, I don't know.
Mao.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, who'd have fucking thunk that the West Taiwanese people hate other people? The entire country is based around racism, so who'd have fucking thunk? It's like asking an American what they think about non-Americans.
Yeah, that's fair. Anyway, I think that's all we have for this week, so I'll just say thank you, by the way. Thank you, everyone, so much for listening to this week's episode of Couch Convos. If you did enjoy, like, subscribe, all the good stuff. Check out Dylan's YouTube channel and Twitch, linked in the description.
Hell yeah.
Other than that, have a great day. And Dylan, can you sign me off, please?
I can. As of this, to take this small final moment, and I've prepared an actual speech here. If you just give me like a quick second here.
Right. Okay.
So, I think it's been a few months now, but when I was talking about racial politics, you cut me off.
No.
Did you capture it? Or just let it slip?
Yo. His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti, he's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and